Hello, so I'm going to go over Unit 3, Lesson 8, using slopes as rate. So we have a 32-ounce bottle of juice, costs $6.72. But we want to know how much the juice costs per ounce. We can plot a graph using the 32 ounces on our x-axis and dollars on our y. And so we go over to the right 32 ounces, we would go up 6.72. And then we can see where the line crosses at 1 ounce and figure out how much it is per ounce. Or what else we can do is take the $6.72 and divide that by 32. And either way is going to give you a slope of 21 cents. Alright, so our next example would be Francesca reads 72 pages every 2 hours. So how many pages does she read in 5 hours? So you can graph pages on the y-axis and hours on the x. And for every 2 hours that you go to the right, you can go up 57 spots or units on the y. Or what you can do is take 57 and divide that by 2. And then take that number and times it by 5. And either way, you're going to get that she, in 5 hours, that she can read 142.5 pages. Alright, so our next question, we're going to make it start looking at graphs. So which statements are correct interpretations of this graph? And it tells you that there is exactly 2 answers, so you know you have to mark 2. So we have the A, there are 2 grams of dietary fiber in every 3 tomatoes. There are 3 grams of dietary fiber in every 2 tomatoes, or there are 1.5 grams of dietary fiber per tomato, and then there's 0.7 grams of dietary fiber per tomato. So first thing we can do here is first look at your axis. So we have tomatoes on the x, dietary fiber in grams on the y. So if I go over for 2 tomatoes, and I go up and see where it crosses the line at. I go across, I see that it's at 3 grams. So for every 2 tomatoes, there are 3 grams. So for every 2 tomatoes, 3 grams is B. And then if I want 1 tomato, so half of them, we just looked at, would be 1. So half of the dietary fiber then we also cut in half, so we're looking at 1.5. So both C and B are correct. So here the table shows the amount of money a plumber charges for a different number of hours that he works. So you want to graph this information, and they want to end up with the slope of the line that it represents. So if you take 96 and divide it by 2, you get 48. If you take 192 and divide it by 4, you also get 48. If you take 336 and divide that by 7, you get 48. 432 divided by 9, you get 48. So each of those per 1 hour is 48. So you can graph it, or you can just divide like I just did here, and you get that your slope is 48. So the plumber charges $48 per hour. Alright. So we have pet hamsters here, and that the hamster makes 8 laps around her cage every 2 minutes. So we want to look at which line represents that. So you basically want to start at 2, and you want to see which line crosses at 8. So here's 8, we go over 2, and the only one that crosses at 2, 8 is line A. So line A is our answer. Right, so if you have any other questions, please make sure you let your homeroom teacher know. Thank you.